Do you need to make a video for a class presentation? Maybe create a pitch video for your startup business. Or make your first steps as a social influencer. Maybe you just want to create a video of your family vacations to remember the memories. Even better, do you want to add on your resume that you know how to make video? In this episode, you'll learn how to fully utilize your smartphone to its best potential to create the high-quality professional video. Yes, that's right. If you have a smartphone in your hands, I can assure you that by the end of this episode, you'll be making videos with the quality of real professionals. Do you know how to create them? Then join me and I'll teach you. Welcome to episode 1. The very first thing you'll need to know is what type of video you need to make. One thing is recording yourself talking to the camera. The other one is example filming landscapes of your holidays. That's why it's important that we make a distinction between two types of filming, testimonials and B-roll. Let's talk about them. A testimonial video is anytime you record someone talking on the camera. This format is widely used by content creators on social media such as YouTube or Instagram, as well as to make presentation, masterclasses, interviews, or even your video resume. Like I mentioned before, by the end of this episode, you'll be able to shoot a professional video following these simple steps. First of all, anytime you're using your smartphone to record, set it on airplane mode. It's a very simple tip, but I can assure you, it's very easy to forget, and it can ruin a beautiful shot. Imagine yourself, you're in the middle of a shot. It's going great, you're focused on your topic, but then you receive a call from your mom in the middle of the recording, and it ruins your shot. What a bummer, right? Well, to prevent this from happening before starting to shoot with your smartphone, always set it to airplane mode. It'll avoid interruptions and will help you to focus and concentrate. I'm pretty sure you've wondered many times the best way to shoot. Vertically or horizontally, with all the Instagram stories and TikTok hype, you probably wondered how to shoot. Well, as the demand has increased, the hesitation of what format we choose has increased a lot too. So let's set it straight. As a general rule, we'll always shoot horizontally. If you think about it, all the screens are designed to be watched horizontally. TV sets, computer screens, movie screens, tablets, and even smartphones. This is because when you shoot horizontally, the area of visualization is much bigger. You will be able to capture more content. Besides, there's a biological reason to do it that way, because it's easier for our sight, more natural, and nicer to watch. Why? Just because our vision scope is horizontal. I'm not saying that shooting vertically is wrong, but usually a video shot vertically is perceived as more spontaneous and informal, when a video shot horizontally is perceived as more professional. For instance, recording an Instagram vertically with your friends at the beach, it's more casual. But for a business project or for a potential investor, it conveys more of a formal and professional way when done otherwise. Can you tell the difference? My advice is that you try to shoot yourself horizontally. Nowadays, almost 100% of smartphones have two camera types: the front, commonly used for the selfie style, and the main camera lens. It's very common to use the front camera while recording yourself. Nevertheless, if we want a more professional outcome, we need to use the main camera lens. But why? Isn't it the same phone? Isn't it? Yes, that's true, but each camera uses a different sensor, and the main camera has a better resolution than the one in the front, making it possible to have higher quality. Every time we shoot with a cell phone, we'll use the highest resolution our device offers. To set the resolutions, go to Settings and choose the resolutions you need. My recommendation is to shoot at least at 1080p 30 frames per second. But remember, the higher the resolution, the more memory you'll take up and the more battery you'll use. Unlike the professional cameras, the lens of our cell phone does not have a cap. It's exposed to the dirtiness of our pocket, our fingerprints, and believe me, a single fingerprint on the lens can make an image be perceived as blurry or even dirty. Not very professional looking, right? That's why, before shooting with your smartphone, please make sure to clean the lens of your camera. For this, I recommend that you use electronic wipes. That contains a little bit of alcohol. Wipe it until it looks crystal clear. There are many crafty ways of placing your cell phone, but the most sensible thing to do when you're filming yourself is to make a small investment on a tripod. It will cost you around 20 euros or so, but it'll be worth it, and I would recommend this tripod. Please remember that we are looking for the highest quality, and in order to achieve this, a tripod will give you more stability instead of using your hands. It also will have the flexibility to express yourself. Once the cell phone is set on the tripod, place yourself in the middle of the screen and adjust the distance to the cell phone so the image on the screen starts below your chest, leaving a small space between your head and the upper border of the screen. This is what is called a medium shot. Very important. The camera should be placed at eye level that will provide an equal relation to the viewer without any superiority or inferiority. And once you start talking, please don't forget to look at the lens of the camera. This is really important if you want to engage your audience. This way, you'll make eye contact with the viewer and it'll be easier to get their attention and involve them in the message you're telling. Lighting is everything. It's a filming essential. This, alongside with the audio, will make the difference between an amateur or a professional looking video. Ideally, we would use studio lights because it allows you to keep constant lighting throughout the video. I usually use this softbox that you can buy along for approximately 40 euros. Nevertheless, you can also use a lighting device, the ring light that was included with the tripod I mentioned before. That's more cost effective. But if you're not willing to spend the money, or you need to shoot a video right now and the lighting equipment won't be delivered in time, don't worry. You can always use natural lighting. Sunlight is very good. If that's the case, get near a window and place yourself in front or diagonally. Try not to stand in profile because there'll be shadows on your face and it'll be too much of a dramatic feel. And obviously, never stand with your back against the window because your face will barely be seen. That being said, please take into account that if you use sunlight, the intensity of the light can vary. You can't control it. For instance, you can start the filming with a clear sun and in the middle of it have clouds or vice versa, changing the amount of light during the shot. If that's the case, we'll have to repeat until we get a constant lighting throughout the shoot. If the sunlight is too strong, I advise you to use a white curtain to filter and soften it. Otherwise, it could be very intense. It's very important that the focus and exposure are fixed on you. To set it properly, place an object exactly where you're going to be to make it your stunt double. Once it's done, you just have to touch the screen on the spot you want the image to be focused on. Press the button for a couple of seconds until the camera indicates the focus is blocked. The camera will keep the settings of the exposure at the chosen spot, even if the lighting conditions change. We can move the bulb up and down in order to adjust the exposure and prevent white pelt areas in the face. The sound combined with the lighting are the most important elements to shoot a great video. There are many videos, more and more each day, but well lit and with a clear sound, not so many. That's where you make a difference. But smartphones do have a microphone, you might argue. That's right. But don't forget, these microphones are designed for you to talk closely to your mouth. When you are shooting a testimonial, your cell phone will be 1 or 2 meters away, and the microphone in the cell phone is useless. I recommend these solutions. Buying a wireless microphone for your cell phone. There are different models. My recommendation is this, and it's approximately 60 euros with the very good quality. Buying a microphone with a cable for a cell phone. If you can't afford a wireless microphone, you'll have the option of this microphone with a cable of 25 euros. The quality of the sound is also very good. The only but is a cable, and it's not that very pretty. But as it said, the sound is essential, so I would not hesitate in making this investment. If this is too expensive, there is another option for 20 euros. Although it's not the best, it's always better than the regular microphone. Use your headphones. If you can't afford to spend anything or you don't have enough time to order it and receive it on time, you can always use your headphones. And finally, if you don't have any options we just went through, don't worry. Just look for a place as soundproof as possible and use the smartphone microphone. But be aware that if you don't have studio lights and are filming in front of a window for the sunlight, you'll have to make sure it's closed. That's how you'll avoid noise traffic from the street. The tips we covered can also be applied to interviews. Imagine you have to make a video for your class in which you have to interview your classmates. This shooting is still a testimonial format. Therefore, the same rules we just spoke about also apply, except for one. When shooting an interview, the interviewee should not look straight at the lens, but towards the side of it, left or right. That's why I recommend you not place yourself right behind the camera, but to the side of it. And when you start shooting, tell the interviewee to keep their eyes directly at you. You've already learned how to use your smartphone to shoot testimonials. Now you'll learn how to use your cell phone to shoot B-roll. B-roll is any footage that is secondary to the primary. These images create further illustrations to keep the viewer's interest. Take this video you're watching, for example. You'll see me, but you'll also see another type of footage, B-roll. To create B-roll with your smartphone, you need to learn a few basic notions on audiovisual narrative. It has a whole different vocabulary. Depending on where we set the camera and how we move it, will make the viewers experience different feelings. That's why it is so important to know the different types of shots you can make and how to get the camera to make an emphasis on each emotion. Extreme wide shot. It usually shows a wide scenery or a crowd. Its main goal is to place the viewer in the location and time where the action is going to be developed. It is commonly used as the establishing shot at the beginning of a sequence. The characters are not recognizable with the main focus on the content. It is also used to show landscapes. Wide shot. It's commonly used as an opening sequence. It contains the character and some parts of the space, especially above and below the character. It shows most of the landscapes or set. Medium wide shot or American shot. Filmed from the thigh to the head. It's called American shot because of Western films that focus on characters' hands while drawing their guns. Medium shot. From the waist to the head. It's most common to show the interaction between two people, as in the interviews. Wide close-up. From mid-chest to the head. You can isolate a character inside a frame and take it out of content so you can focus attention on the character. Medium close-up. From shoulders to head. It shows confidence and intimacy towards the character. Close-up. It shows the face from the chin to the top of the head. Alongside with the extreme close-up, it provides a great deal of meaning to the image. Extreme close-up. We focus on a very particular part of the character or the object, the eyes or an object to the character. Point of view shot. It shows the point of view of a character. We see the same action that the character would see inside the movie. Once we've chosen the kind of shot we make, we need to know which camera angle we're going to make that shot with. There are 5 different camera angles. That's 5 positions in which we can place the smartphone, creating one feeling or another. Low angle. Camera shooting diagonally up, it creates a feeling of security towards the character. The lower you are, the more security you create. High angle. Camera shooting diagonally down, it creates a feeling of inferiority towards the character. The higher you are, the more inferior you create. Normal angle. Camera level to the eyes, sensation of equality. Zenith angle. It's a shot made from above, just over the characters, with a 90-degree angle perpendicular to the ground, as if the image had been taken from a satellite or a helicopter. It usually has an aesthetic effect on the image. Low angle 90 degrees. Camera facing down vertically with a 90-degree angle. The aesthetic goal is to convey drama or interest. And at last, these are the camera moves more used. If you mix them wisely, you'll increase the quality of your video. Tilt up, tilt down, pan right, pan left, dolly in, dolly out, truck right, truck left, jib up, jib down. With this knowledge, you can start shooting B-roll for your video, but please let me give you these last pieces of advice. When you shoot B-roll, I recommend shooting 60 frames per second. It will allow you to make slow motions if you edit with a 50% speed, obtaining very professional and impressive images. Shooting moving images makes your video look more professional. Therefore, my recommendation is to make soft pans in the discovery shots. Also, filming a character while they're moving can be very effective. When you're framing the shot, try to create perspectives with lines, helping the viewer to set their eyes on the image. Another recommendation is to set objects in the front to achieve depth. It's very common in professional videos. And the last one, if you're shooting in exteriors, seize the magic hour in the wee hour. It's the time of day in the morning when there's light, but the sun has not risen yet. In the moment in the evening where the sun has set, but still has light. It's a very short period of time, but believe me, the light is wonderful. Most of the professionals seize this moment when they're shooting exteriors. Well, this has been our first episode on how to create high quality and professional looking videos. Now you're ready to start filming yourself and experience with all the possibilities. Good luck and see you in episode 2.